is Sergio Willis, and this is my third episode of Nerds with Badges. If you didn't know, Nerds with Badges, the concept, it revolves around me as a security guard connecting with other security guards, also law enforcement and military people that are also into comic books, video games, and science fiction. And I want to connect with people and have discussions about all this stuff, and also at the same time have discussions on our lives as security guards or law enforcement and military. And I think it's an audience or a community out there that is not really, I don't know how to say this. It's like, I think it's just a good concept that there are a lot of people out there that, you know, that are security guards and probably have a lot to say and are really interested in this stuff and they like to talk about it. So I'm giving a platform. So that's where all of this is coming from. And today, on my third episode, I have Elijah, who's a security guard. Well, he used to be a security guard. And then we have Sir Nathan, who's also a security guard. Well, he used to be a security guard a long time ago. But see, we all have a security background. And he's an actor. And this guy's more into MCU comics, I think. Probably like is it the comics or more the movies?
Well, I'm into comics in general, but yeah, I mean the movies, the animated movies specifically, talking about DC, MCU, but also Star Wars, you know, all of that, you know.
And your background, so you're more into comics because
I'm more into comics.
Are you one of those people that go on YouTube and watch all those videos and that's how you know all the stuff, or you actually buy and read the comic books?
I watch a lot of videos.
Yeah,
I read a lot of Punisher, but the Punisher's my favorite character. I'm big into him, know everything about him. Yeah.
And you also act as well.
Yeah, I was just in a film with Hilary Swank. I had a small speaking role. It's featuring Hilary Swank, Jack Rayner, and Olivia Cook. It's coming out next year, so look out for it. It's called Mother's Milk.
Mother's Milk. There's a character on The Boys.
I know, right? Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So they flew you. You said they flew you out to where?
Albany, New York.
And they put you up in a hotel.
Yeah, for a suite.
For how long?
It was just because it was a small scene. It was just 2 days, but still.
Pretty nice to get put up in a damn hotel.
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal right there.
And you, what's the last thing you got?
I just actually worked on a project called Infamy. It's a TV show that airs on VH1, hosted by Monica. So it's reenacting a story of if you know about No Limit Records, there was a rapper named Mac who recently was released from prison, I heard. But this is talking about the whole aspect of the story when he was in prison. I'm playing his dad, Big Mac. So I just recently wrapped that up. So that's something that's
awesome.
Yeah, not sure when that's coming, but it's coming. You don't know No Limit Records?
Yeah, but you said Mac.
Mac is he was one of the dopest lyricists on No Limit.
Because I'm thinking about Mac 10, I guess.
Oh, no.
I'm thinking about the rapper.
Mac 10 actually was on Cash Money for a second though, which is interesting, you know, later on. So that's interesting.
And Monica the singer is doing
She's hosting the show.
Okay.
It's called Infamy.
Okay.
Yeah. It's the second season, so if it's on VH1, it'll be airing, I don't know when.
So you just did one episode?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I had 3 days on it. So maybe it'll be one episode. You know, sometimes you don't know about those shows. I'm not sure how they're going to do it, but I know I did my job and they got to pay me.
That's right.
Okay, that's important. Well, I met both of these guys through projects that I was working on. You had auditioned for Sons of Legend, right?
I believe, yeah. At the center, you said you worked as security.
Yeah.
That's where you have the auditions, actually. And all that stuff came back to me when I looked it up. And then, I booked the part, but I think it was the scheduling thing. And then what happened was I had a film that premiered at the Las Vegas Black Film Festival 2019. So when you were sure about the specific date, I was unable to make it. It was a while ago.
And you had hair too, didn't you?
Had a long time ago.
You had
the thing is, I had to let it go because, you know, the hair said hell with it. The hell said hell with it, so I had to say hell with it.
I just remember a lot of hair. Like,
it was a little longer, you know. You go along a bit of brother hair. Cover brother hair up.
And also, I met you. You auditioned for, was it Stop Watching Mythology Sisterhood, right?
It was that and Sons of Legend.
Okay.
I booked both with you. I don't know.
Well, you did.
Well, the character is in both.
Yeah. Well, I guess I need to explain everything. I have a web series that I used to do years ago called Sons of Legend. Sons of Legend is really about a group of people that happen to have superpowers, and the whole concept was that they would be trained to use their superpowers as a reality TV show. So the cameras would follow them around as they learn how to use their powers and stuff. So that led to like some spin-offs. So one of the spin-offs is Sasquatch and the Mythology Sisterhood. That's another, I know it sounds out there. It's about Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Bigfoot teams up with a group. So you're making me laugh. Sasquatch teams up with a group of women that are bounty hunters. And see, my version of Sasquatch is not what most people would probably. He just looks like I have a different take on Bigfoot.
Oh no, cool. You drew it, huh?
No. I'm doing a comic book that ties in with everything. Just kind of like bridge the gaps.
Nice.
So you have these women that are bounty hunters, and they have powers, and then you have this big muscular Native American guy with tattoos all over his body, and his name is Hinto. Hinto can transform into this big, hairy creature, which everybody knows, Bigfoot, Sasquatch. And I feel like I'm giving away spoilers, but I mean, I guess I can give away spoilers if I want to. I mean, I'm not giving away everything. See, the Sasquatch and the Mythology Sisterhood have a common enemy. She's a fallen angel. Her name is Oasis, and the Oasis is this rich and powerful fallen angel. She's got money. She owns everything. She's powerful, but she can't attain true immortality because I'm basing my mythology off of like Old Testament or like the old Bible stories about fallen angels. Some people believe that fallen angels are actually demons, and for them to like exist in this physical world, they have to possess people because they can't, otherwise they can't really do much. So they can find, that's why when you see people possessed, they're foaming in the mouth and everything, they're all crazy because the body breaks down after a while. I mean, some taking my theories and my mythos from all that. So this fallen angel is trying to create a body that will last forever. So she's been experimenting on women and kidnapping them and stuff and trying to make a Frankenstein kind of person. And she succeeds, but the person that she creates escapes. But that's like a whole nother story. So anyway, so this guy, Sir Nathan, he auditioned for a character named Scott, who was one of Oasis's prototypes, basically, because she was trying to, she was, doing a little test and trying, to make sure everything would work. So, in effect, he's kind of like an alpha level mutant who was made even more powerful. So she's like testing stuff, and then she just kind of like cut him loose. So I'm working out the logistics. So he auditioned for this character of Scott. Scott's powers are mostly like psionic stuff, like telekinesis, telepathy, matter manipulation, sort of alter reality in a way. So I'm doing some comic books right now that the comic books were really, I guess the comic books, what is the word I'm looking for? They complement what's going to happen in the live action stuff. But a lot of the comic books stuff that I'm doing, it was stuff that I wanted to film initially, but then I realized that it was too expensive and I don't have a $1 gazillion budget. So it's just easier to do comics and live action stuff. And so that's the whole Sasquatch and Mythology Sisterhood. I feel like I kind of like went off on a tangent. But that happens sometimes. So
Can always edit.
Getting back to Sons of Legend, Sons of Legend was my first project, and it's like how Marvel and DC have everything just kind of comes together. I'm building like this big universe that centers around all this stuff. So I took a hiatus when COVID happened. I think a lot of companies actually did. A lot of productions kind of like shut down. So I think the last thing I shot was it 2020?
2020, January, I think.
Was it 2020 or was it? We didn't film anything last year, right?
No, it was January 2020.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah, I just took a break from filming. It was just too crazy trying to get people together. People didn't want to come out because of COVID, and just scheduling issues. So what ended up happening is I ended up like connecting with these comic book guys, and I decided to do the comic book series, and then I will introduce the world through the live action stuff. It'll make sense when it all comes together. So I'm relaunching everything next month. I mean, that's the plan, and I guess that's my little self plug. So what we're gonna do, I guess what we're gonna talk about I had like some ideas for some things that I wanted to discuss. Some things that kind of have been getting on my nerves with the MCU and with video game industry, and the movie industry too, to a degree, because like a lot of movies have been pushed back. I don't know, because of COVID or other stuff. I mean, like, I think they pushed Flash back to next year.
Did they? That whole situation is messed up with that guy.
Yeah, I mean, Ezra Miller is just like, but I don't think it was because of him. I think there was other stuff. I mean, I think they're still, taking longer to do special effects, maybe.
I think I might have said this to you on the phone. I think they need to use the whole multiverse theory to make Grant Gustin the Flash in like the DCU or whatever. That's what I want to
Well,
see.
they don't have